Okay. Well, you're involved in these various crimes, robberies, shootings, but then at age 17 in 1996, you get into a situation where everything changes. So tell me what led up to this situation.
It was just a normal day. We was out hanging out with my partners and we was on our way. We was thinking about going to the club that night and I was stressed out. It was just a typical me being stressed out, being a teenager, not having nothing, being homeless, right? And we were supposed to go out and a suggestion popped up and we could hit a lick right quick. It was just really, really random. We was in the house and we was in the apartment and was like, bro, we're just gonna go out here. First person we see, we just gonna get him. It's just get him and we gonna go. And it was just that. Went out, they walked in, and it wasn't even targeted. It could have been women. I wouldn't have known it was women, but when we turned the corner, I wasn't finna be like, you a woman, you ain't doing it, get your ass on the floor. That was the thinking. So when they came around and we seen them, we jumped out, grabbed them, they ran off about their business. One of the folks trailed behind, ended up shooting them. The guy ended up dying. Months later, they wanted me to tell state's evidence of what happened.
Okay, so you and your friends decided to rob a random couple of people.
We could be one person.
One person.
We just gonna do a robbery.
Did they resist?
No.
You try to rob them?
No, man.
So why shoot them?
I don't know. I didn't shoot him.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't shoot him. No, I was charged as the shooter, and because I wouldn't tell who was the shooter and what happened, I was charged and convicted as that.
How many people were involved?
4.
4 of you guys. Was there one shooter?
Yes.
And of course you know him.
Yes. We all knew him and they knew him too. But if
they meaning the victims?
Meaning the courts knew.
The courts, okay.
The evidence pointed to it. They just didn't go seek it because we wouldn't say what happened.
Okay, but to be fair, if you're involved in a crime and someone dies during that crime, everyone involved gets charged for that murder.
According to the law.
According to the law. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm just saying this is how it works in the court system. So it's not like you could say, this is totally unfair. I didn't do anything. I'm not the shooter. No, you decided to involve yourself in this, and because someone died, you are now tied into this. This happens all the time.
Yeah. The problem is that I'm fine with you making the case and the charging. My problem is you ain't doing the investigation that you're saying. You lying about the shit. So if you really gonna say we did it, then show we did it. I'll take my ass to prison and do what it do. You making up stuff to point to the fact that we did it because I won't cooperate with you.
Okay, so did you guys even get anything for the robbery?
No.
Nothing?
No.
So you do this attempted robbery, your friend ends up killing somebody and then shooting another guy, right? Because there's only one shooter the whole time. Do you realize that one of the guys is dead?
No. Were you talking about at the time?
At the time.
No. I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care for what? Man, look, my thing was this. I can give a damn about what everybody else got going on. If you not my folks, it's not my problem. People robbing people every day. In a minute, my ass gonna be on the chopping block. It's bound to happen. We in the hood. So my thing is, I'm doing stuff, y'all doing stuff. I can't be complaining when my turn hit. And I'm doing the stuff I'm doing. So I was like, you didn't have to smack him, but I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with me. And that was just the thinking of being a naive person when you growing up in poverty, like I was growing up and around like a lot of the people.
Well, how long after the shooting do you find out that one of the victims died?
Probably about, that's a good question. Maybe over a month later, had to be.
When you find out that you were involved in a crime where a person died, what started to go through your head?
Same thing that always go through my head.
Which is?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Hell no. Shit, I don't know him. He don't know me. I don't know anything about them people. So I ain't like, damn, man, like, so you know how people be like, man, somebody died and like, I was a part of that. People die all the time. I got partners who we cool with. We out here, they dying, laying in the street, like, you know what I mean? So you not looking at it like this happened. You like, it ain't happened to me. And that's how I thought about it. And I didn't really identify with it in that perspective because I didn't really see myself as playing a role in that. Now, to your point, had I knew personally that I had did it, I might have been like, damn, it was messed up. Maybe I might have been that way. I don't know. But that was not my thinking.
Right. It wasn't your thinking, but the police had a different thinking.
Well, they got the thinking that they always got. We don't care what happened. We just want somebody in jail for it.
Okay.
Right?
So at one point, there was a warrant for your arrest.
Yes.
And you decided to turn yourself in.
Yeah, that was a hard pill to swallow, man. Turning myself in. I mean, that was against everything that I'd been taught. And fuck the police. What you go down and go turn yourself in for? But the other narrative was, naive part. You didn't do this part, so you only gonna be responsible for this. This is the thinking was.
Right, but you knew that someone died.
Yeah, I knew so. Yeah, but by this time I already knew somebody died.
All right, so what? The police were looking for you in your neighborhood and
no,
so forth?
The police captured one of the people who was involved in the crime. The four of us. One of us got caught. And the one of us got caught started telling, hey man, they did it. And when he said they did it, the police came out to come grab the rest of us, got the other two, and I was last. So when they got locked up, they said, hey man, he's snitching. So when they told me he was snitching, I went to go find him to kill his ass. I was still in the street at the time. But when I went to go find him, they was like, hey man, they found out who it was. I'm like, whoa, how you gonna be saying this? Oh, you lying. So now all gloves is off.
Okay, the person who's snitching, was he the shooter?
I ain't gonna say he was or he wasn't.
Okay. But everyone's locked up. Are you saying that, I mean, no one could really afford bail or anything?
No, hell no.
So when you were trying to kill the guy who snitched on you, is he even on the street?
Yeah. They telling me, they like, bruh, snitching.
And they let him out?
Yeah, because he was snitching. That's what I was saying. I'm like, he can't be snitching, he out. They like, nah, man, he telling. How you know that? The lawyers told us. So when the lawyers told them the name, see, this the thing in the street. You don't know nobody by no real name. It's all nicknames. I don't know the dude's real name. So when they telling me what his real name is, I'm like, who the hell is that? I just know him as the nickname. So when they tell me the nickname is the guy, I'm like, oh, that can't be true. That's the folks. So I go to confront him about this stuff. But my thing is, if I find out that what they say is true, we got nothing to talk about.
So do you confront him?
Yeah, I confront him about it.
What happened?
And he tells me that it ain't him. He like, it ain't me. If it was me, they had me locked up. That's what his spiel was to me.
Was it him?
It was him. I don't know this at the time.
Right.
Yeah, because his spiel is, I'm gonna be locked up. And I'm thinking, that's true. I don't know nothing about the system. I don't know that you turn state's evidence. I don't know anything about that. So all I know is that if he say it's me, then that means I have what and he was convincing. He was like, man, bro, it can't be. He said, look, man, we can even go to the people that's saying it's me. Now, this is my partner, though. So it ain't like he's some stranger to me. So harming him was hard for me. So I needed him to tell me that he did it. That way I could do it and wouldn't feel bad about it. Because then this what you got coming. And he didn't say that. He said it wasn't him. And we went about our business and it was him. And next thing I know, I couldn't find him after that.
Okay, and then you decided to turn yourself in.
I decided to turn myself in.
I mean, did you think, let me just go on the run?
Hell yeah, I was on the run.
Back to D.C.?
Man, no, I wasn't thinking of go back to D.C. I was just on the run. I was homeless, so I was just jumping from place to place. And people started being like, man, the police looking for you, blah, 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 blah. And so, I was like, and then my uncle had some knowledge of the system. He had been in jail he had done 10 years or so in the system. And he was like, man, look, it's hard. He said, but you only played this role. And this is what you say. And this is what, I don't know, man. I just didn't know what else to do.
Right. You had no lawyer or anything else like that.
And no lawyers, no folks, the homies was like, don't go. But don't go, you stupid if you go. So he take me down there. Go down there, downtown Oakland, turn myself in. They said, hey, bring him down here next week. I'm like, whoa. I leave. I go to turn myself in for this murder. They tell him, bring him down here next weekend, next Monday. Yeah, true story. I go back and they like, don't go back down there. Don't go back down there. You go back down there, you ain't never gonna come home. This was the folks told me. And I said, nah, man, look, they let me go. Like they didn't even take me down. I went back down there and yeah, and it was a wrap.